It is said a narcissist's worst nightmare is a healed empath, a super empath, a person who practices self love in real life, who has strong boundaries with themselves and with others, a person who knows what their non negotiables are, what their values are, and what they want in their life. A super empath is a narcissist's kryptonite. When they encounter each other, narcissist's false, shame driven, and shame ridden self doesn't stand a chance. I am Danish, a psychologist and a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about 5 ways a super empath destroys a narcissist. If you find that interesting and you're eager to know what these ways are, please consider subscribing before we get started, because your subscription to my channel may help in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. Let's watch a video clip together and explore all the ways a super empath can totally annihilate a narcissist's self. 5 ways a super empath destroys a narcissist. Number 1, a super empath destroys a narcissist's sense of entitlement by questioning them without fear. They call them out. Narcissists feel like they should get anything. They can demand it and they should have it. They don't care how it impacts you. But when they encounter a super empath, they do not get it. Why? Because super empaths cannot tolerate injustice, and they take steps required to stop it, therefore destroying a narcissist's control in whatever manner they establish it. Number 2, a super empath sees through a narcissist's mind games, such as being passive aggressive or pretending to be the victim. Empaths in general are prone to be used because they have a lot to give, and narcissists only know to take. They're sympathy vampires. But a healed or a super empath knows their boundaries. They see the behavior for what it is, and they do not let their empathy get taken advantage of. They set the boundaries, they know what's going on, and they calmly respond to the narcissist without giving them any emotional reaction. Number 3, super empaths destroy or break a narcissist's ego, their false self. Narcissists need validation, attention, admiration. They need to be told or made to feel that they are better than the rest. But super empaths cannot tolerate this. Everybody is equal in their eyes, and that's how people should be treated. When a narcissist steps into their realm, they have to either accept it or they will get destroyed. There is no other way, because a super empath will not think even for a second before shattering this ego by pointing out their insecurities or by ethically using their weaknesses against them to put a stop to their abusive behavior. Number 4, a super empath does not take anything a narcissist says personally, because they know it's a developmentally arrested kid stuck in an adult's body. Narcissists are really immature, and a super empath recognizes it. That's why projections, all the blame shifting, all the bad things narcissists say, super empaths know that there is no truth to any of it. They deflect it right away. Number 5, and the last one. Super empaths fight narcissists real hard, and they know how to do it because they have a strategy. They know narcissists have a lot to say, but super empaths, healed empaths, aware empaths have a lot to show. They know the predictable behavior. They know the patterns. They know the narcissist is either going to blame them to be a perpetrator, or they're going to pretend to be a victim of their circumstances. And to prove them wrong, to expose them, I will have to show how they have been treating me and who they really are. They document a lot, and they know how to corner the beast. They see it as a chess game. They know what moves to make to counter the moves this narcissistic individual is going to make later. Which one of these ways have you implemented in your healing journey? What are you doing to corner the beast? Drop your experiences in the comments below, and who knows, you may end up helping so many survivors who need guidance. Let's talk about becoming a super empath if you aren't one already. What is a super empath? A super empath is a person who has done the inner work to heal their wounds. A person who loves themselves in practical world by respecting their own values, their own boundaries before respecting other people. Because if you respect yourself naturally, you're going to respect others as well. That's how it works. So, how do you create a super empath? Is it a divine gift that only certain people are blessed with, or anybody can become a super empath? Of course, anybody can become a super empath. It's not like people have been chosen, not necessarily. Any empath, any person who has the capability to be compassionate, considerate, kind, giving, generous, and accepting of others can become a super empath. Unfortunately, almost all empaths are survivors of complex trauma. This is what I have seen across the board. This is the truth that's applicable to all people who have a lot of empathy to give. I don't know why, but it's like we were trained right from the beginning. So, keeping that in mind, we can also say most of us carry wounds that are triggered by monsters like narcissists, things that we call trauma patterns. We have a template installed by our narcissistic parents that we tend to operate by when we come across toxic individuals. Those are the cycles that you have to break if you want to become a super empath. You have to recognize what happened to you, how that impacted you, and how you can change your current life. Of course, it's difficult. Of course, it requires consistency, intentionality, and a deliberate way of living life, but it's worth it. To become a super empath, you will have to sit with what most people do not address. Your capability to give has to be boundaried as well. You cannot be unlimited in your giving, because there are takers out there who will keep taking until their last day on earth, and you will get exhausted. So you have to find your capacity. You have to give that love to yourself first before offering it to anybody else. That is what self-healing is. And how would you do that? By knowing who you are, by exploring your values, by building your self-worth through understanding your self-concept. What do you stand for beyond that job, beyond your hobbies? Who are you as a person? When you will get an answer to that question, you will truly be able to accept yourself as you are and love all your deficiency, all your flaws, accept yourself radically. That is the goal. The moment that happens, nobody will be able to trigger you or use your wounds against you and make you fawn, make you step into a survival mode so that you can keep giving them supply. When you become that kind of a person, you become narcissist proof for real, and you become their kryptonite. So that is how you become a super empath, a healed empath. Let me know in the comments if you found that helpful, and let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for staying with me. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.